Okay, so what we're building here is a double bin compost pile. This is out of almost 100% recycled material. This is all pallets that I got off of Craigslist. Oak boards and just regular 2x4s. This is the 2x8s I had to buy. I got those at the scrap bin at Home Depot. But these guys here were all part of the pallets too. But unfortunately I didn't have enough, so I had to go out and buy some. But the majority of it's going to be all recycled. So it'll be a double bin. That way you can just keep rotating it and flipping it. And I downloaded the plans off the internet, so I'm just using them. It's going to kind of look like that. So hopefully it'll work. But when you're using recycled materials, you get what you have and use what you can. So hopefully it doesn't look too much like Frankenstein, but it's gonna be all good. All right. Okay, here's the compost pile I'm putting the back wall in right now. This is all pallet wood here. That's my old compost pile. I had to tip it over, move it out of the way. So I'm going to try and lean it up against this fence. The only issue we have is that these boards are not that thick. Hopefully they'll be enough to do the job, hold in the weight. So that's good. Alright, both sides of the walls are on. Back wall. Trim it off here. What I did, because it's so thin, I braced it with a cross beam. So hopefully that'll be enough support. And again, all scrap wood. The only non-piece is this piece of 2x4 I had in the garage. The rest is from pallets. So it's good. Alright, continuation of the compost bin. Alright, so what we did here is we put these dividing slats in here. So you have one bin here, you have another bin here, and this is a quarter chicken wire to separate the bins and get some air circulation in through, and there's another one I gotta put in. Now what you do is you drop your boards in here and they come across. So it just locks in. The good thing about this is that you can take boards out as you need to take them out, and then dig down and flip it over or whatever you got to do and separate it. I varied the plan a little bit. I put the boards in the front instead of attaching them to the back, and in doing so I needed to add an additional 2x4 right there just to have something to staple into. So that's it, and then I guess the boards will go like that. You just slide them in, so they'll slide down and then stack up. But you want to give yourself enough wiggle room to put the boards in like that. But you want to use, I got 2x8s for that, so you don't have to lift out 1,000 of them. And I think I'm actually going to have to trim them down a little bit because that is not going to be enough room. So I'll just have to cut a notch in them. So, alright, back to stapling. Okay, so I finished notching my boards. They were just probably about 1/4 inch too wide. And so I had to notch them down to fit in And there was no easy way to do that, not with the tools that I have, so I just kind of took the circular saw and just lined it and lined it and lined it and lined it, so that's why it looks a little chewed up. But it doesn't need to be pretty, because it's a compost bin, and these boards are 50 cents a piece, so I'm not gonna complain. So I tried to make this as cheap as possible and reuse as much material as possible, so that's what I got. So now we're gonna go put them in and see how it looks. And there's the compost bin with this side done. And you can see that they're notched, and they just slide out so you can get in there and flip it. You know, that's the hardest part about a compost bin, is being able to access your soil and then flipping it. You know, you want to rotate it, and the 2 bin is so you just keep mixing it year after year. You know, you flip one in over the other, or you fill them both up. It depends on what you want to do. And next part is to move all that in here, which is going to be no fun. So these plans actually, so that's what it looks like with both, all the slats in. And the plans that I have actually come with it, so you can, well, not come with it, but the plans, so you can put a lid on it if you wanted to. So you can just attach some hinges back there, and then you know, have a lid so it holds down. I don't put any meat in my compost, which you're not supposed to do, so I don't really care if squirrels are running around in there. It doesn't bother me. So I don't have any plans to design a lid, but if I wanted to, I could. It's just a matter of making a few cuts, and that's it. So, alright, time to load it up. Now you can see this leaf debris is from last year, where I was out on the outside of my old compost bin, and it didn't decompose at all. But if you get on the inside, you see it's breaking down really well. So that was one of the reasons why I did this. So